Hello, people of the internet. So, the end of VGC Series 7 is upon us, and I've decided to take the opportunity to talk about the team I used for the series. So I went for a hard trick room team, and I actually did pretty good with it, both in and out of trick room. I don't know how. So my team consists of Dusclops as my trick room setter. I gave him Eviolite. I gave him the ability Frisk. It has 252 in HP, 92 in defense, and 164 in special defense, with a relaxed nature. The moves I gave him were Trick Room, Nightshade, Bulldoze, and Pain Split. Trick Room, to set Trick Room, Nightshade for nice consistent damage, Bulldoze to proc weakness policy, and Pain Split for a little bit of recovery and damage. After that, I decided to add Swampert. I decided to add it because I thought it'd be cool, and because I originally wanted to go for an entire Generation 3 Trick Room team, but I couldn't come up with a good one. At least, not until recently, but I don't have enough time to build it. Maybe next series. So I gave it an Assault Vest. I gave it the ability Damp for the niche situation that I run into a Pokemon that decides to use Mixie Explosion, Regular Explosion, Self-Destruct, Mind Blown. So yeah, I gave it 252 in HP, 252 in attack, and then 4 in special defense with Adamant Nature. I gave it Liquidation for Stab, High Horsepower for Stab, Ice Punch for coverage because Landorus, Garchomp, there's a bunch of ground flying, Galarian, Moltres, a lot of ground flying grass type Pokemon that I need to get rid of, and then Flip Turn for, good switching out. It's basically water type U-turn. After that, I added Metagross. Metagross is one of my 2 Dynamax Pokemon, and generally my main one. I gave him Weakness Policy. I gave him Clear Body to prevent it from losing its attack. I chose it because it's really good. I gave it 252 in HP, 252 in attack, and then 4 in special defense with a Brave Nature. I gave it Meteor Mash and Zen Headbutt for Stab, Ice Punch again for good coverage, and then Earthquake for coverage and, increasing my special defense when I Dynamax it. After that, I decided that I'm going to add Pokemon from other generation. I decided for Conkeldurr because early Sword and Shield VGC meta, it was really good, and it's still very good. I gave it Flame Orb with Guts, Drain Punch for recovery and stab, Mach Punch for priority stab, Ice Punch for coverage and protect to give it a little bit of longevity to make it survive more. Let's go with that. I don't know how to talk. I gave it 252 in HP, 252 in attack, 4 in special defense with a Brave Nature. After that, I went for Incineroar with a Figgy Berry for a bit of recovery. Intimidate, because Intimidate is a really good ability. Not as good now, but still, it has helped me out. I gave it Fake Out. I gave it Flare Blitz for Stab, Darkest Lariat for Stab. I originally wanted to go for Snarl, but I decided that Darkest Lariat could give me a bit more help against ghost types and such. I really desperately needed that coverage. And then Parting Shot to lower a bit of Pokemon stats and to switch out. I gave it 244 in HP, 20 in attack, 96 in defense, and then the rest in special defense, which is 148, with a Careful Nature, I think it is. Sassy. sassy nature. After that, I decided to go for Glacier. It's a legendary that was introduced in the current generation, and it's very good, very powerful. I originally wanted a Trick Room team with it, centered around it, and this kind of like it. But previously I had it with Weakness Policy, but instead I decided that Life Orb would be a better fit for it. It has its only ability, Chilling Neigh. Basically, it's Moxie. I gave it Close Combat for coverage, Icicle Crash for stab, High Horsepower for coverage, and Protect, or a bit of protection. 252 in HP, 252 in attack, 4 in special defense, and then a Brave Nature. This team is, in my opinion, really good. I'm happy about this team. I'm really proud of it. I'm pretty sure it's not original. I just decided to mash together a bunch of great Pokemon that I thought were great, that I know were great, and that I just really wanted to use together, and that I felt would work well together. But yes, in the background, I will be having a battle playing with this team being used. Other than that, I really don't have anything else to say about the team. I had a fun time using it. I will probably keep using it in the next series, but I do want to try and make other teams. I already have one in mind. Other than that, that will be all. If I have anything else to say, then I will. But that's about it. So, like and subscribe.